Hello there guys, and welcome to another edition of Star Wars Comics, where today we journey to Tatooine, the sand planet that the Skywalkers couldn't wait to leave. But this time, however, Luke's path brought him back to his old home. What he didn't know was that at the same time, a certain bounty hunter was already searching for him. Let us embark on this journey together, my friends, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment down below. It helps out the channel a lot and makes it better by me knowing what content do you want to see in the future. The sons of Tatooine are bearing down on Luke Skywalker. He was determined to find his way to becoming a Jedi. He proceeded to Kenobi's hut. During this time, Boba Fett was around.
Someone knows who he is. Someone on Tatooine knows his name. I want that name. And I don't care who has to die for me to get it.
Inside the Chalmun's cantina, Boba Fett was standing before all the patrons. He was certain that someone in here knows something about the boy in question. Suddenly, somebody said, "The only boy I see here is you, a six-armed monstrosity." This was his response.
Good.
Fett proceeded to remove one entire arm and two others were broken. This beast of a thing was quickly taken down by the bounty hunter. Now, he asked again, who here knows the boy's name? Wooher, the bartender, answered that they don't know. They saw him a long time ago come in with Kenobi, but nobody actually had seen him before. He looked like a farmer. A young man could be seen sweating bullets. He suddenly panicked, started to run towards the exit. However, he couldn't escape Boba Fett, as the bounty hunter quickly captured him. Now, he had all he needed. The man pleaded, swore he knew nothing, but it was futile. Boba Fett knew all too well why the guy was running. Screams can be heard outside of his torture. Boba Fett mercilessly proceeded to torture him right there in the cantina until he yelled out the name Skywalker. His name was Luke Skywalker, a moisture farmer that lived with his aunt and uncle. The guy proceeded to tell him everything he wanted to know, just so that Boba Fett would finally let him go. He couldn't handle the torture anymore. And just as it seemed as Boba was about to let him go, he killed him right there on the spot, exiting the cantina as everyone around him stood in fear. Now, Luke slowly was approaching Obi-Wan's hut. He had no clue what he could find, but whatever it is, there was something left for him more that could teach him the ways of the Force. Right at that time, a Tusken Raider appears, proceeds to attack Luke as he ignites his lightsaber and defends against this attacker. But when he sees Obi-Wan's hut, it was crawling with sand people. They not only had discovered the hut, but they knew that it was abandoned. Luke and R2 together attacked the sand people, with the sole purpose of removing them from Obi-Wan's house. With luck, he didn't really have to kill any. The sand people this time were easily startled as they ran, and now the path was clear for Luke to enter. He turned off his lightsaber. He was at the door. All he felt at this time was anger and frustration. He knew all too well that this was not the path to become a Jedi Knight. He desperately needs answers, and that is precisely why he has come to the hut. As he entered, the hut had become a hot, heaving mess. All the sand people that were crawling around had distorted the entire area into a shambled house. Whatever the situation was, he together with R2 started investigating. He wondered why Ben Kenobi went on to spend all these years in the middle of nowhere, on Tatooine with nobody but himself. Suddenly, R2 comes upon something. It was a book that was titled For Luke. Finally, young Skywalker had found what he was searching for. Right at that time, a flash grenade is thrown inside the hut and it blows up, blinding Luke momentarily. He couldn't see, but behind him was the infamous Boba Fett. He has found his target. So it is right here where the issue ends, my friends, and for time purposes, I'm going to end it right now, but if you want me to continue this series into the next video tomorrow, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this, I would be happy to continue. But I gotta say, it is surreal to see how low and evil Boba Fett fell in this comic issue. I mean, torturing what looked like a pretty young man in the middle of the cantina, surrounded by everyone. Everyone is watching you torture this poor kid. It is pretty psychotic, to be honest, and I am very much interested to see where canon does proceed with Boba Fett's character as of right now. this does not paint him in a good picture, I gotta say. But leave your thoughts and your feedback down below in the comments, my friends. As always, truly appreciate you guys. And before you go, may the Force be with you always.